We were just talking about this whole this trade deal. I mean, look, we are looking at this idea in which the Constitution is being rewritten. We've got the globalists appealing and loving this trade bill so that it's a living, breathing kind of bill that Congress doesn't really have any say in. The president can change at whim, and we can have a one world authority over things like regulatory reform that impacts all aspects of the economy. I mean, this is like, if Orson Welles were still alive, he'd be writing about this stuff. This stuff is crazy. Listen, ultimately, we may be losing our sovereign nation, but we still are under the authority of a sovereign God that you and I obviously can turn to and depend upon for all of these things. And I don't want to discount the will of God as if this is a will of God, but I will say there's a remnant in Congress in reference to this. Jim Jordan from Ohio and Mick Mulvaney, a Republican from South Carolina, Jeff Sessions from Alabama. I mean, there are good, solid, and I've always said there is that remnant, 40 or 50 of a remnant that could do a great, great work for the Lord and for this country, and maybe that'll happen. But when you see more and more fall, you listen to these politicians that are running, you're thinking, when it's critical time in our country, when we need leadership, are we going to end up once again with someone that we are staring at choosing the lesser of evils? Nobody that we can really, truly embrace as a leader of this country. We've got leaders in the church that don't want to speak up. You got to love Jack Graham. If you didn't hear any of Jack Graham's comments, the Southern Baptist Convention, listen to him. He's always been a Presswood Baptist in Dallas. I believe it's Dallas. But, to hear him speak out, to hear him say, listen, I am not marrying a couple that goes against the word of God, period. The will of the majority is not the will of God necessarily. We need to write and talk to our legislators. We need to be raising up people to run in the primary because we are losing the greatest sovereign nation in the history of this world as we watch the minority tear it apart.